Hello and welcome to Miller Realty Group's Talk of the Town, Carolinas. I'm your host, Patty Mercer. Today we're meeting two up-and-coming NASCAR stars. That's right, they've been racing literally since they were 5 years old. Now they're on that NASCAR fast track. But before we do that, I want to ask you, have you been thinking about buying or selling your home? If you have, then you need to call Carmen Miller or simply visit CarolinaHomeSearch.com. While you're there, you can see past episodes of Talk of the Town, Carolinas. Now let's go inside and meet these stars. Isabella, congratulations. You are a woman in NASCAR, which apparently is almost like seeing a unicorn.
Yeah, there's only a few of us, but we definitely stand out in the pack of men.
That's fantastic. How old were you when you, I guess, caught racing fever?
So my dad put my brother and I in go-karts when we were about 5 and a half, and then we started racing when we were 6. And just the first time I ever got in a go-kart, I just felt this like love and
like I am home.
Yeah, I just felt like I was supposed to be here, and I've just stuck with it ever since, and I've loved every moment.
I think that's amazing. When you speak of your brother, of course, that is your twin brother. Mm-hmm. Another unique feature about you and your family. You raced for what, Team USA?
It was, yes, in 2017.
Oh my goodness, tell me about it. Where'd you go?
So it was the World Championship Finals in Lake Como, Italy. And we went down for a week and then vacation, and then we went back up to the track and we raced.
What came after the go-karts?
After go-karts, we moved into the Bandolero cars, which
you're gonna have to, explain.
Which are, okay, so they're kind of like small little stock cars, and you can get them into them when you're 8 years old.
Wow.
And so we started racing those over at Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is just across the road here. And then after that, we went into the Legend cars. And you're not supposed to start in those until you're 12, and I ended up getting permission to start when I was 11.
Are you still racing go-karts? What's the progression that your career has taken?
Well, we're kind of moved out of go-karts. Now we're working into late models, which are what is next to us here, and
yeah, that ain't no go-kart right there.
Yeah.
That's bigger.
We're just trying to get into those and get pretty good at them.
All of these things are a stepping stone, a progression to ultimately, what is your goal?
To race on Sundays in the Cup Series. I just want to race with now I can't race with Jimmy Johnson. I was hoping that would be, that was the goal in my life, but I guess that's not going to and happen anymore. But just race up with Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick and all of the big Cup names and just be able to race up with them.
That is so awesome. You're 16 now. Do you have a number, an age in mind when you would like to achieve that dream?
I would say for my 21st birthday. That'd be a great 21st birthday gift.
How often do you race?
Right now I'm racing about once every 2 months because COVID has kind of stopped most things. So it's not that often, but it's fun when it is.
Where do you ultimately want to take it?
I just want to do something in NASCAR, whether that's driving or being on a team, just anything with that.
Where do you go to school?
I go to school at Fort Mill High School.
So you live in Fort Mill?
Yes.
How convenient to be right here in Charlotte. You too are a student.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
What do your friends think about? Do they have any idea how big a deal this is?
They don't think that much of it. They think it's just like a regular sport or something.
How many hours a week do you give to the sport that you're pursuing?
So I focus on school as my top priority right now, and then right now with COVID, we only go to school every other day. So on our off days, I always come up here. I get here about 8 o'clock in the morning and work on the cars all day, do whatever I need to for the crew, and then get back home around 4 or 5 and start that day's kind of like virtual work, I would say.
Well, now, do you have your driver's license?
Yes, I got it in South Carolina. You can get it at 15, so.
I guess that was a piece of cake.
I ended up getting a perfect score on the test, so.
What do you credit your ability to be so committed to this goal, this dream that you have? What do you credit that to?
I would just say my parents, just keeping me in it, just making sure that I do everything that I can possible to get through the ranks as fast as possible, and just for my dad for putting us in go-karts when we were little and just having that thought that we would love the sport. And once he put us in it, I think he just knew that we both would love it, and he's stuck with us the whole time. He comes to all of the tracks with us and works on the cars with us and just does pretty much all racing stuff. So
it's a family thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a family thing.
And what do you credit your success to?
Probably all my family and all the teams and stuff that have helped me.
So the cars we see in the garage, who do they belong to?
They belong to Rev Racing.
What makes that particular team unique?
Well, Rev Racing is like funded by NASCAR to try to get more diverse people into NASCAR.
Now you are part of a team called Rev Racing, which you've raced for this team, what, 4 years now?
4 years now, yeah.
How does that help you in terms of just developing the sport and your abilities?
They just help with learning the car itself because these cars are so technical and there's so much that you can learn about it. Every time I come to the shop, I can learn something new about it. So they help with telling me like what changes I need to make to the car, help me like broaden my kind of like outlook on the car itself. I'm really thankful for everything they've been able to do with me.
And what's the number of your car?
55.
Will that always be your number?
Yeah, I've kind of stuck with it. My grandpa's the one who gave me the number.
Yeah.
It kind of means a lot to Will and I just because he's 22 and 22 and 55 flipped look like each other.
There you go. I love that.
I've always had that number and I'll
Yeah.
probably stick with it for as long as I can.
What has been the most rewarding win of your career?
I would have to say probably my legend car win in Texas Motor Speedway. It was a national qualifier race and I actually had never been to the track before and I finished second back to back 4 times in a row in Texas and I didn't have the win, and then on the last day it ended up snowing and they were in Texas.
That's
it was
rare.
snowing, which was rare.
Yeah.
And they were going to cancel the race and they ended up not canceling and I ended up winning that race, which was a surprise to me, but it was really special just because of how much work we put into that week and that we ended up getting the win at the end of the week.
Any advice for up-and-comers?
Just stick with it and do your best and don't stop.
Well, that's it for this edition of Miller Realty Group's Talk of the Town, Carolinas. Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling your home, keep it simple. Just call Carmen Miller or visit CarolinaHomesearch.com. While you're there, you can check out past episodes of Talk of the Town, Carolinas. And when it comes to NASCAR, remember to follow Robusto Racing. Until next time, I'm Patty Mercer. Bye-bye.